Hi, Coach. Can you recap this weekend and the team's first ACC victory over Maryland on Friday night?
Yeah, obviously it was a good weekend just to get the win, kind of get the monkey off the back. Pretty happy with how the girls came out on Friday night against Maryland. You know, this is something that's kind of been building for the last few weeks. You know, but 2 weeks ago we got almost our entire roster back for practice, and everybody was healthy, and it allowed us to do a few more things in practice, and it started to show. The results in terms of wins weren't there, but you know, had a tough 5-game match against Georgia Tech, and then a couple of 5-game matches or 5-set matches against Notre Dame and Syracuse. So it was starting to build, and then it was more just a kind of a continuation of that level of play against Syracuse. We came out and played well in the first 2 sets, stumbled a bit at the start of the 3rd set, but managed to recover at the end and get the win.
Great. What worked for you in that straight set victory?
Just the same stuff that we've been working on. We've been really concentrating on reducing our hitting errors and making good decisions offensively. So that makes a big difference, just not giving the other team free points. So our hitting percentage has steadily climbed the last couple of weeks, and that certainly helped against Syracuse or against Maryland. And then also defensively, the last couple of weeks, there's been a concerted effort by the team to kind of pick it up defensively, just the extra little effort. And it doesn't show on 9 out of 10 plays, but it does on that one play where you keep a ball alive. And we did that a couple of times early against Maryland, and that, you know, that can really make a difference. Just keeping 1 or 2 more balls alive, you end up scoring those points instead of giving up those points. It's a 4-point swing, and that can make a big change in an outcome of a set. So, like I say, those have been 2 areas we've been working on. So it wasn't a surprise that they came out. It was just nice to see it come to fruition.
Junior Courtney Castle moved up in the rankings to 3rd on BC's all-time double-double list this weekend, and Caddy Workman recorded her 11th double-double of the season. Can you just talk a little about their abilities to attack and defend?
Yeah, you know, it's funny that they're almost contrasting players. Courtney's strength has always been on the ball control side, and she's had to work on the offensive side. She's not a player who touches 10 feet, 10-5, that kind of thing. So she's always had to rely on volleyball IQ and really good hand control on the ball to move the ball around, attack to different places on the court. And she's been pretty diligent in working on that over the course of the season. So for her, the effort was more, in terms of the double-doubles, is more of an offensive effort than a defensive effort. Defense is the part of the game she just takes pride in. She loves it. She enjoys it. So I won't say it comes easy. She works her tail off, but she really enjoys that part of it. And Caddy, I would have said is a little bit of the reverse. She's always been, with her athleticism, she's always been able to get kills. In terms of double-doubles, it's been on the defensive side of the ball, and she's really worked at that. I think that's an underrated part of her game that doesn't maybe get as much notice or credit as it should. She's not a flashy defender, but especially recently in the last 2 or 3 weeks, she just went in doubt, throw an arm out at it, and it's amazing how often she's kept the play alive. And it's those kinds of plays that have really helped us in our improved performance the last couple of weeks.
Freshman Anna Skold has really stepped up the past couple of weeks. Can we expect more from her?
Yeah, great question. I'd love to be able to tell you I knew. I would certainly expect so. Anna works hard. She is exactly what you would ask from somebody in their first year in a program. She just keeps her head down, works hard, listens to direction from coaches, and tries to put it in place right away. Very steady personality, doesn't get too kind of unflappable, doesn't get too nervous, doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low, just stays along and tries to get a little bit better every time she plays. And that is a recipe for success. It's not flashy, it's not sexy, but it gets it done. It just get a little bit better every time you play. And she's put together a nice season just by accumulating little successes. So we would look for her to do the same thing.
Great. And finally, can you just preview the next weekend at Georgia Tech and Clemson and the mindset for the Final Four matches?
Yeah, I was really happy. We had senior night on Sunday against. Did we play on Sunday?
Pittsburgh.
Thank you. Senior night on Sunday against Pittsburgh, and the seniors, they all did a great job, performed very well. We've had really good leadership from them just in terms of effort all season. And we talked about it after the match that simply because we aren't playing at home anymore, I still expect that same kind of leadership from them, and they're very determined to give it going into Georgia Tech, Clemson, both are difficult places to play. They both get good crowds. They're small gyms. They're loud. They're in your face. You've got a 3-hour drive between them and no day off between matches. We play Friday, back-to-back Friday, Saturday. So there's a lot of things that are challenging about it. But obviously, we feel like we can play with both of them. Georgia Tech was a 5-set match last time we played, and Clemson was a 3-set match, though close. And we feel like maybe we let some things get away. And we feel like we're a better team now than we were then. Of course, they probably are too. It's not like they stopped practicing. But I think we're kind of excited that there's starting to be a sense of, we've lost a couple of 5-set matches now by just a couple of points. And you're starting to get the sense on the team of a little bit angry about it, a little pissed off about it. Like, okay, this is enough, and maybe that isn't enough to translate into ultimate success right away. But they're starting to feel like they expect they should win. That they've worked hard enough. They deserve to win, and that's the first step. We've put ourselves in those positions, and the next step is then to just kind of get over the hump. So hopefully we'll give ourselves that opportunity this weekend.
Great. Anything else you'd like to add? Thank you very much.